What's up, everybody? Brett here, back for our third installment of Slay the Spire. Today we're going to be doing a defect run. We were fortunate enough to have two successful runs, one on the Ironclad, one on the Silent. Let's see if we can get the trifecta and win our defect run. I'm noticing here I actually don't have everything unlocked for the defect yet, so there's still some things I haven't seen for him, and that should make it interesting. I was able to kind of autopilot these guys. Even though those runs were fun and unique, I do miss not knowing some of the mystery is taken out of it once you know the cards and the relics. So let's jump in, and I'm going to explain a little bit better how the defect works as we get started. Alright, let's make our choice. Remove a card, 7 max HP. This is tempting, and as I said yesterday during the Silent run, I don't like to get rid of my starting relic. Let's see, let's look at our deck, give you guys a chance to see it. If I were going to remove two cards, I probably would just remove a single block and a single strike. And I actually don't hate that. I think the max HP is pretty relevant. For 99 gold is basically the difference between one card and two cards. So with that in mind, I'm just going to remove a single defend. Okay, we're going to save this 99 gold. That might come in handy later. So let's go down the route. We're going to be fighting Big Slime. And let's count our elites. Just like we did for the previous two videos. We're going to try and take as many elite fights as possible. I'm seeing what looks to be a good pattern here, leading us past a shop, 2 elites, and then 2 early question marks. And I think that's going to be our best route. So yeah, let's plan to do that. We'll start here. And as we jump into combat, you'll already notice what makes the defect unique, and it's his use of these orb slots. These orbs have passive abilities and abilities that are triggered, what they refer to as evoke. So as they cycle forward in a clockwise fashion, as you play these orbs, they'll evoke, they'll use their active ability, deal 8 damage in this case on this lightning orb. But as long as they're sitting in these slots, they'll do their passive abilities. So let's go ahead and see, it is to a random enemy. Something to be aware of. Let's see what we get with the dual cast. Okay, not great. I don't see any reason we should take damage here, so I'm just going to double block. We're weakened. That shouldn't matter much. This guy's gonna get one shot no matter what. So let's do that. Let's take him out. And here we can actually double defend again. Play really defensive. Just like the Silent, the defect at this point doesn't have any way to self-heal. There is a card that you can get. It's a repair that you can use. I believe it's a power. Or a skill, rather. I believe it's a skill. And that'll allow us to heal. But we don't have that card yet, so until that time, we're going to play Slime, we're going to exhaust it. Until that time, we basically need to conserve our hit points, especially if we're going to take on as many elites as possible. There we go. Most of the time, if you're careful, you can avoid taking any kind of damage on the first fight. First 3 choices. There's definitely a synergy that I'm aware of with 0 cost attack damage cards. And this is a good enabler of that synergy. I'm not familiar enough with it to feel comfortable first picking this. At this point we only have one lightning orb ability, so this is not looking very tempting. And this looks like just a standard like strike upgrade, so I think we're going to take this. At the very least it'll probably be deal 7 damage, draw 1 card. So let's zap, get our lightning orb, and since he's not attacking us, deal 7, draw a card, and let's just hit him. So you'll notice here for the first time you'll see the passive take effect. So we hit him 3 times again. He uses ritual. He's going to gain 3 strength. So let's block. I think we're actually going to take 1 damage here. And that's fine. It's all about knowing when to be aggressive and when to be more defensive. You never want to take unnecessary damage. I don't know if I'm a fan of this. I can see it coming in handy, but I don't hate taking a leap. It's a pretty vanilla card. Gain 9 block is not... It's a good rate for a defensive card, and let's see what it is when it's upgraded. Is it 12? Yes it is. We're gonna take it. We're not getting hooked up necessarily with great orb synergies. I think I'm gonna take this. This is a free 100 gold, walk away, fine. It puts us in range to get a medium relic. Or we take this, and the next time we go to a shop, which let's check here, by the time we get there we should have a nice pile of gold. But getting regret this early could definitely cost us a good deal of life by the time we get there and are able to pay to remove this curse. I'm gonna risk it. Let's hope that doesn't come back to bite us. But we're definitely going to want to empty our hand whenever possible. And there we go. Didn't want to play this because I didn't want to draw an extra card and take an extra damage. So, and that does go through our block, which is rough. Strike, strike, strike. Passive will kill. Not terrible. This is a very strong combo enabler. But I don't believe we have any powers as of yet. So right now it's a dead card. That's worth thinking about. Whereas Streamline is just an efficient attack card. Let's see what it is. Upgraded. 20 damage. Yeah, that's pretty efficient. I could definitely see 20-30 minutes from now we really wish we had this. But I don't want a dead card in my deck when I have 3 elites coming up. So I'm actually going to take Streamline. Taking a lot of damage here. Let's go for the weaker of the 2 enemies. Let's do some math. We can certainly not take any damage this turn by using our leap. We should be able to take out the slime next turn. Unfortunately, in the meantime, he's growing stronger. We want to use Streamline to reduce its cost for the next time we see it. And we're going to leap. Take 1 damage. This is a rough hand. I think we need to go very defensive. This is a tough call because he does have block. So, I mean, we're talking about 2 damage to take another damage off of Regret. Just going to get rid of that slime and hopefully smooth out our future draws. Okay. Let's do a big 16. We want to burst him down. We really want to take him out next turn, if we can. But he's going to get that block. So we need to do... There we go. Not bad. Oh, man. I'm going to take Melter here. There are enemies that put up a lot of block, and being able to remove all of it and then deal 10 damage. It's an upgraded strike once again. Let's look at the upgraded version, 14 damage. This, getting 2 of these early would have been fine, but we still wouldn't have any of the zero cost cards that we would need to make this energy work. Let's just take that. We have a ton of gold, we just need to get to that shop. If we can get there, I think we'll be fine. We're gonna start with this guy. We definitely want to use Streamline just to make it cheaper. And I think here we leap and just don't take any damage. They're going to add these days to our discard pile. Hopefully we can start doing some work before that starts to really matter. Let's conserve some of our life. I didn't play the zap there, I played the strike instead. Even though the zap might do slightly more damage over the course of this entire fight, to conserve our life total, we really want to burst one of these guys down as soon as possible. And that's what we're going to try to do. Hopefully we take him out next turn, on the turn when he was going to attack us. But we want to get this fight over with as fast as possible. These days are really going to start messing with us. Yeah, that's pretty rough. So we're going to take 9 damage here. Those days are really going to have a horrible negative synergy with that curse, with Regret. Let's see what we draw here. Defend. I was hoping to get a defend. Happy to see Streamline. If it was to come around again, it would be free. It would be a 0 cost card. And I'm gonna hope that my luck is good enough that one of these takes him out. Okay, good. We are low on life. Not great. Wish we could play these, because then we could get them out of our hand, wouldn't take the damage. But luckily, our passive was able to finish him off. This is good. Hopefully that means we have a better chance at finding some kind of positive question mark room. Buffer is a great power. Static discharge is fine. We are taking a ton of damage. This is the card that you need to go into the zero cost attack synergy card. I'm looking at buffer just because we're so near death and I'd rather not lose this run. But this is definitely, this would have went well with that storm card we were looking at earlier. And I think I'm actually going to take it. And we're going to rest here instead of trying to upgrade. So we're not done yet. If we can get through this without taking a lot of damage. Okay, the Lagavula. Alright. This might be a good time to use the energy. And I think we will. Unfortunately, drew regret. Your opening turn is super important when fighting the Lagavulin, because oftentimes he'll be doing so much damage you'll find yourself on the back foot trying to defend, and you won't be able to do the damage you need to get him down quick enough. So 12 damage that turn. We took 4. Melter would have been great to get on the opening turn against him. Let's get that down. Let's get down to defend. And let's do 16. He's gonna hit us, we're gonna get an orb. Streamline is now free. And we've gotten pretty low. If we can end him this turn, that would be great. I don't think that's going to happen. We're actually going to take a good bit of damage here. And he's done. But we are very close to done. That would have been great to have before this fight. Let's see what this is upgraded. It's free. Okay, free, I like this card. For 1, I'm not so sure. I think it's basically just like a better zap, since all we have right now are lightning synergies just with zap basically. I'm gonna take that. We need more orbs. We're basically a really weak ironclad right now. That's not bad on turns where we have to be very defensive. Okay, we made it to a shop. We made it with a lot of gold. I like Doom and Gloom. I like Hello World. But the first thing we have to do is remove regret. This is pretty sweet. And this is a new relic for me. I've never seen this before. It's very narrow, and I'm not sure if it works for bosses. It does just state elite. fights. But basically we have 2 strength for that. I'm not sure. That seems very narrow. I do want the shuriken. This can generate a lot of strength over the course of a long fight. So I think I'm going to take that. Lock on, okay. It's probably great versus a single target, where you know that the random effects of the orb passives will definitely be hitting the lock on target. We do want, if we're going to try to go for the power synergy, we want something like this. This is great to get down early. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to take Doom and Gloom, because we don't have any AoE at the moment. I'm going to call that good. There's no potions here that would help us heal. It might be worth it to grab an energy potion. We have a lot of fights to get through and we only have 8 HP. I'm not very confident that we're going to make it unless we pick up the repair card. Unfortunately, we're going to take another damage here, because if we don't burst this guy down, he's going to not only steal our gold, but probably actually end up getting in for damage anyway. So no damage here. He's still attacking, and I think we have him. We're looking at these two. Frost is an orb type that gives us block passively. The card draw isn't particularly useful because we don't have any kind of energy synergies yet. And this, I think we're going to need this just to stay alive for this run. Now here's a choice. Either we try to take on 3 enemies, hoping to not lose 7 life along the way, to rest at a rest site and then take on the boss. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to die. So we're going to forego these fights. Come here, we're going to rest. And this, the ancient tea set, is going to come into effect. And you'll see it's blinking to kind of remind us. So we'll have extra energy at the start of this fight. So we're missing out on 1 relic, which is a shame. But we gotta do it. Otherwise we start over. Let's see what we get. Another lightning, that's fine. Let's get our power down. Start with auto shields. And we can probably dual cast strike. That'll bring him pretty low. Yeah, we should have him next turn. Even with the weakness stacking up. Another great card for the power synergy. It is itself a power, and it feeds into the power synergy by allowing you to draw more powers. We really wanted that storm card in the beginning, and I kind of had a feeling that was going to come back to bite us. This is also a power, but the slots are completely wasted on us. We don't have enough cards that give us orbs yet. Whereas this could just be a really strong block, but it's also kind of a very mediocre card. There is a strategy that revolves around getting a lot of orb slots, building up a lot of the passive orbs, and then not evoking them and just sitting behind your blocks. I think this is going to be a dead card, so I'm kind of feeling like I'm forced to take that. This won't be a fight. And we lucked out. It's actually a molten egg. So keep that in mind when we go to take our next cards. They will come pre-upgraded. So that's great. That's a great one to get early. We're back up to 51 health. And we're going to start this fight with 2 extra energy thanks to Ancient T-Set. Now let's read what he does. He splits. We can interrupt his actions by getting him to that 50% point, and if he's using that turn to do a big attack, that's the turn that we want to split him and kind of dodge that attack. So let's see, we can use this turn, he's doing a status effect. We can use this turn to set up some of our synergies, and I'm going to go over what the Dark Orb does in a second. Let's get that power going. Basically draw a free card every turn. And let's see what we draw here. We're going to get a random. Okay. So let's see. Dark Orbs. Passive. At the end of the turn, increase this orb's damage by 6. Evoke. Deal 6 damage to the enemy with the lowest HP. So the longer this sits in one of these slots, every turn it'll go up by 6 damage. And as you evoke it and move it forward clockwise, when it reaches this point and evokes, it'll do whatever the damage is. Unfortunately, it does it to the enemy with the lowest HP, so sometimes you have to be very careful not to whiff with this. You have to really remember the lowest HP clause, because you can end up, doing 50 damage to an enemy that has 2 HP, and really wasting all that output. He's going to add a ton of slimes to our hand. This is our random card that we got from playing Hello World. Let's get another power online. Let's hit for 10. Do a nice 12 damage there. Not bad. We'll take another 6 from our passive. This goes up to 18. And we're getting him close to the split point. So now he's getting ready to really hit us. This is a great card. This is one I would have liked to have seen a lot of at the beginning of our run. Doing the math here, we're going to be able to split him. Stop him, interrupt him from doing that big damage. And we want to keep in mind, next time we evoke, it's going to proc this Dark Orb to pop. He's going to split in 2. And I think we're going to pop it. Let's see, let's use our auto shield. Just go ahead and use one of these. There we go. We used our attack on him to make sure he was the target with the lowest HP. The vulnerability helped do a little bit more damage, and it helped us direct the Dark Orb to him. So now he's splitting. He's not doing that damage to us anymore. And if I had thought just a little bit better, I might not have played, well, I wouldn't have played that reinforced. I would have done Barrage and Strike. So I missed an opportunity there to get into for probably about 6 damage on this guy. Now he's going to split as well into 2 smaller guys. So the more damage we do to him now, the smaller and easier to take out the next orbs, the next slimes will be. So we got him down to 1. And did. Awesome. So we didn't have to deal with him splitting again. We actually just straight up took him out. So now this has kind of become an easy fight. Let's zap. Let's recursion. And let's do barrage. And he's going to split into 2 slimes with 10 HP each. And this should be a pretty easy turn. Streamline comes back around and it's over. Not bad. Another great power for the power synergy. I like this card. I haven't seen this before. The artifact is basically like a shield against negative debuffs for 1 turn. The card does exhaust, but it is already upgraded thanks to Molten Egg. I'm actually going to take Machine Learning and hope we get some power synergies and some good energy. Oh, this is sweet. This is specific to this character. We had this yesterday, and I thought it did well for us. We did miss not being able to upgrade some of our cards. And then you have the curse key, which will give us curses, which is rough because that's a minimum of 2 curses, which if we go to remove them, if they're bad, particularly bad curses, I mean, you're talking like 150 gold plus just to remove them, if we can remove them at all. I'm not too keen on that. For me, it's either Fusion Hammer or Inserter. I want that extra energy, and that's because I don't believe we're taking full advantage of our current orb slots. So let's go ahead and get that. Not being able to upgrade though does suck. So let's go ahead and check. Okay. Check our boss and start checking our paths. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Since we do have the Juzu bracelet, we know that these will not be fights. We only have 200 gold, so it may not be worth it to try and go to a double shop. However, we could get to this shop and find that the things that they're offering there aren't any good. So we're going to look to take this elite, and then take this elite all the way up. So there's only one place to start. This is amazing against these guys. If we just let them all hit us, we'll channel a ton of orbs. And I'm not sure we want to let them do that much damage to us. So let's actually... He has the least HP, so let's hit him. And let's see how this goes. The damage actually has to connect for us to channel. And this damage bypasses their flight. So, I mean, that almost killed one of them, which is great. Let's channel 1, see what we get. Okay. Let's strike this guy and get enough block to cover us. They're just giving themselves strength. I figured he would die, and I actually was hoping he would die as well. Let's dual cast. Great. We took a little damage. Not too much. I like charge battery. Let's see what the upgrade is. 10 block. White noise is great. Free power. It is random. This is already upgraded. We're going to take this. And once again, just hope to get into some solid power synergies. We might be able to pick up a card here that lets us do that. Yeah, Storm. We want to get this if we can. Let's see what else we have. No. This would have been great if we were going a heavy attack. This might have been a slightly wasted purchase. Our primary damage doesn't seem to be coming from our attacks if we are going with that power synergy, so this might not be great, but there are definitely decks you build with Kunai plus Shuriken as a combo, and you just start stacking strength and dexterity. This is a new relic for me, I haven't seen this before. That's pretty cool. Our deck would probably do that well. Some good potions for us. I don't believe we need card removal service. We have some cards that I don't particularly like, but they're not terrible. So I'm actually just going to take the storm and leave. And so now our options are this way or this way if we want to try and get lucky with one of these rooms. Or we take a fight, get a little bit more gold, go to another shop, and hope to get a better relic. And that's what we're going to try to do. Hopefully this isn't greedy. Let's get up our auto shields. Hello world. Let's not take any damage this turn. We're not going to be able to get through his plated armor this turn, so there's really no point in hitting him. Let's see what our random power is. Self-repair. So this is the power I was talking about. We wanted this card early on to keep our HP high. We do need to hit him and start taking down his plated armor. Definitely want to cast self-repair. And we want to mitigate some of the damage we're going to take, and we're going to get up that extra power so that when he does hit us this turn, it'll at least give us an orb. We really want to start wearing down his plated armor. That's going to be crucial. So, Storm is now online. Unfortunately, we already played quite a few of our powers. Let's block. See what we get. Just make sure we're blocking. We're going to heal up 7 at the end of this, so we're doing fine. Rebound is our free card. We could do something like Rebound, Machine Learning, and then next turn draw it again. But unfortunately we don't have any defensive cards in our hand. But we need to start hitting him, we need to start getting him down. We will take a big hit here, but we're also going to channel 2 lightning orbs. Okay. Auto shield's looking great. Melter is perfect. Draw 2. Zap. And we've almost got him. There might have been a slightly more efficient play there to actually get him that turn, but I wasn't overly concerned with doing that much math when I knew we were covered from a block point of view. So let's see what this is. Okay. Let's just take him on. Ancient Potion. And great, we got our own self-repair. It's a power. An already upgraded Streamline. I would probably take this if we had enough gold, but unfortunately we do not. I've seen this relic do a lot of work. I'm considering getting it. I would have loved to get Gambling Chip. It really helps you get your opening hand in line. I'm considering getting another Static Discharge and picking up this upgraded Streamline. Also, Enlightenment is worth considering. If you get a deck that's full of high cost cards and you just have a single Enlightenment, you can do, yeah, this for the rest of combat if you can get it upgraded. This is great. I think I'm going to go with these, my original two choices. I think the consistency is there. We already have an extra energy, so the cost reduction might not be as relevant, and I also see us probably getting another energy in some form or another. And I feel like our attacks are a bit weak right now. So I do value an upgraded Streamline. Okay. Pretty weak opening hand. We're gonna go after the guy with slightly less HP. Yeah, we really want to see some of our powers. We especially want to see Storm in our opening hand. Okay. So we're going to take some damage here, but we're also going to channel 3 orbs. We didn't really have a defensive option. That was kind of just making the best of a bad situation. Okay. Channel, see who we hit. Not great. For sure want to leap. And we should... Let's Hello World dual cast. Didn't hit great targets. So we're going to take some more damage here. And of course it hits him after he's already gotten off his attack. And now we kind of get the cards that I kind of wish we would have had earlier. We heal for 7. We're going to take an upgraded Ball Lightning. I'll pretty much take as many of those as I can get on any given run. And this is a rough opening hand. We definitely want to play self-repair. We want to draw and hope to get some kind of defensive card. And I think we just want to not take damage. Not good. And he's still hitting us for a lot, and we still don't have defensive cards to help us. And he's going to be adding wounds to our discard pile whenever he does hit us. Let's cross our fingers for the ability to survive this turn. And this, you're kind of starting to see the synergy begin to work, but we missed getting a lot of the cards that we needed earlier, and instead our deck is kind of half filled with semi-useless cards. I don't think we can kill him, and I don't think we can survive. That was pretty lucky. But we are now confused, so our card costs are going to be random. And he is doing a lot of damage. We have no cards in our discard pile, so we gain 0 block. Trying to figure out if there's a way to kill him this turn. This will do 8 damage to him. This will do 16 more, so that's not enough. Can we block all of this? We cannot. So that's it. We got taken out on the second floor, and I'm sorry to say that that was definitely not the best showing of a defect run that I would like to have showed you guys. Like I said, I think my play was fine, but the synergies definitely did not come together. Passing that first storm might have been a determining factor going forward as to how poorly the synergy was able to come together. But we also didn't get any of the really strong frost-focused attack cards that would have given us, block in addition to our damage. And we didn't get any of the ball lightnings until much later, which really let you get through the first few floors easily. They kind of taper off in effectiveness on the third floor. You really want to rely heavily on your whatever synergy your deck is trying to do. By the time you get to the third floor, you really want to have that cemented, which we really didn't. We just had this kind of collection of mediocre cards, and we were just starting to get there on that power synergy. So with all that being said, I'm going to kind of take this opportunity to show you guys a feature of the game that I may be doing on the channel after I bring you guys a winning defect run. This could end up being kind of an ongoing thing. I enjoy watching the daily challenges when I get the chance, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this too. Every day there's a different characters chosen, and there are unique modifiers, some positive, some negative, and if you're able to complete the run, you could end up with one of these high scores on the leaderboard. But yeah, if you're watching this and you want me to do that, if you like my gameplay and you want to see how I perform in these daily challenges, I would love to make that kind of a semi-regular video on my channel. So once again, thank you guys for watching. I'm Brett with Good Talk Gaming, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.